and only presenter of the Oscar-nominated short films. So it's a big achievement because he is the founder of this organization. So now, before inviting him to speak about the initiative of 53 Hours Challenge and 75 Creative Minds, I would like to give a brief description about this initiative.
Yes.
So it's a short filmmaking challenge which was launched by Minister of Information and Broadcasting on 21st November 2022. So just a few days back it was launched. And under this challenge, 75 young creative minds were challenged to make short films just in 53 hours. And what is the interesting thing about this initiative is that these 75 creative minds, they had been selected from thousands of applicants after a rigorous process by an eminent jury comprising of lifetime awardees and winners of National Film Awards, Grammy and Oscars. And also these young 75 people are from the remotest part of the country. And these are from 19 states. Now I will like to invite Mr. Carter Pilcher to share his thoughts on this, thoughts behind conducting this challenge and how he came up to India and IFFI to organize this kind of challenge, and what was his experience with Indian talent. So please share your thoughts.
Thank you so much, Monica. I don't know if any of you had it. It looks pretty much like they've kept you all busy here, and they haven't allowed you to go over to the Marriott to see the film challenge as it's been going on. But I hope you've seen some of the teams around filming. It's been a very, very exciting 4 days, crazy 4 days. This idea of 75 creative minds it was thought of, and I think it is very, very seldom you get things that are somebody's individual brainwave, but this was very clearly a brainwave of Anurag Singh Thakur. And it has actually turned out to be something that is totally crazy amazing. Because what happened in these past 5 days, I think, is groundbreaking for the entire film industry in India. 75 creative minds, as Monica was explaining, were selected from across the country. They were announced on the 4th of November. 4th of November, today is what, the 24th of November, right? So that was 20 days ago they were announced. In that time, we got in touch with the scriptwriters first, and in that time they wrote 5 scripts that they've developed as proper scripts. We formed them into teams. They connected over Zoom and started working on their plan. They all got here on Saturday, and on Sunday they went to the opening ceremony and tried to work more on their filmmaking plan. And then on Monday morning at 9:30, 10 o'clock really, out the door they went, off to make their films. Each team was given a $1,000 budget to hire any of the equipment or some actors that they needed. It was very interesting because one team put all their money on technology and came out with a very cool tech film. Other teams put their money on some actors and local talent to, they needed either children or someone that's older to be in their film as characters. So they had put them in. One team rented a beautiful car because some of the action happens in a BMW SUV, and so they rented a BMW SUV. But it was very fun to see them, all the choices they were making, and the experience they got. When they came, there was a group from one state in the South that didn't really want to connect with the other people they don't really speak very much English, and they certainly didn't speak Hindi. And one of the things that has happened that is, I think, the brilliance of this project is that filmmakers from India, young ones, were working with filmmakers from Maharashtra. So we went to the guys from Tamil Nadu and said, you can't hang out together. right? You have to be on, you're all part of every team. You're stay with your team, and by the way, you might cause your team to lose if you tell the other team what you're doing. So off they went and to their team, and there were really in some of the teams, it was challenging. The language issue was a challenge, right? But amazingly, and there are all kinds of personal issues. People are struggling with, I don't want to work with him, and I want to work with her for sure, but not that one, all of that. I want to be here and not there. That was Sunday. And Monday morning, they were all kind of running off and starting to shoot and kind of getting into their project. They had to decide who's going to be the DOP and who's going to be the director, and we tried to give them the right people for each team. But there's a lot of jockeying, and then you kind of start realizing, okay, you have a good CV, but you really can't shoot, and now it matters, and you don't really know how to operate the sound, and somebody has to operate the sound. So all of those things were getting sorted through. By Tuesday morning, clearly the teams were all starting to really work together. It was really amazing. And Tuesday is the last day they had to shoot. So they had all day Monday to shoot. Some people shot Monday night. They could shoot anytime during the 53 hours. So some people shot at night, some teams shot during the day. But Tuesday is the last day. It's the last evening light. It's you could get, it's really your last morning light. They're supposed to turn in their equipment by Tuesday night. So you could see some real stress on the teams. Like we've developed problems in the script. How are we going to fix them? And we have to fix them fix the script and fix the shots today. So Tuesday was this wonderful process of coming together, because the pressure of getting the film done was really on them. And by Tuesday night, it was just amazing. We had created in less than a day teams that work together as well as any feature film team does that has worked together for months on set. And because these guys had no choice, and none of them could handle the humility of not completing a good film, right? Because this morning we screened the films. So last night before last, Tuesday night, we set up if you go to the hub, there was a big editing station in the center, one for each team. And the teams were divided by color, and they had colored shirts and hats so everybody could see them. There's a red or pink team, a purple team, a yellow team, a green team, an orange team. And they, by Tuesday night, they were really working together amazingly well. Nobody cared about language. They'd all figured out language. Some of them were using Translate. They were doing all kinds of things to make sure that they were able to work together. They figured out everybody's skills. They had taken a composer. They had two composers maybe, and this composer had become a sound guy, and everybody was pitching in, and it was just a great coming together. Tuesday night, of course, all the shooting stopped. So Tuesday was flat out busy, everybody trying to get their shots done and get to the right location and get the kind of light they wanted and the kind of everything. Tuesday night, all the editors took over, and the animation and special effects guys making the credits, and they worked in the hub. The hub was busy full all night long. Composers composing music, playback singers trying to make a recording and for their soundtrack, editors working. It was an amazing night. And then we had one team that realized that they needed to take some more shots, so we changed things a little bit so that they could get up early on Wednesday morning. It ended at 3 on Wednesday, but on Wednesday morning we sent them back out into the field and onto the beach, which is our field, and let them do a few more shots for the end of their film. And that was the last shooting. And then the films finished at 3:18, something like that, yesterday afternoon. They turned them in, they're done, they walked away. So the films are done. Director Mani Ratman came, and he was kind enough to come and judge them with me and with another colleague from the NFDC, Armstrong I can't. Armstrong Pami, and who was a great judge also, and kind of gave a different perspective. So the three of us got here this morning, 10 o'clock, watched all the films, and let me tell you something. And I'll just be really clear. It is very scary for me to have my name on 5 films and have no idea what in the heck is going to happen. And they could all be terrible, right? Our team, the Shorts TV team, has been fantastic. And we were just, and if you have a chance to talk to Taryn Sawney, who's in the back, you should. But we just were trying to make sure that there was a film. And weren't really able to pay too much attention to, we're producing in the larger sense and not on the shot by shot, scene by scene music, because it's all happening way too fast, too many people. It's 5 movies. So this morning I sat down, slightly sleepless night, and in the cinema, and we watched 5 amazing films. Every single one of them had something about it that is either strong, some are breakthrough, but all of them have elements of the film that are absolutely amazing. And you can see that there are, and many of the directors, as Monica mentioned, are from parts of the country that would not be highlighted. I think one of the, Taryn, can you tell us where, I don't know where the director of the 100 rupee note film is. What's the name of that? The pink film? No, Saku, the name of the film is Saku.
No, that's Soka Note.
Soka Note. Yep, Soka Note. And the director of that film was, maybe if you could text Chintan and just see if we can find out, because he is from, I think he's from the South, someplace. Brilliant, amazing eye, an amazing ability to take the language of film and put it onto the screen. His film didn't win. We announced the winner. The winner was, in every film, it's a wonderful experience. And when you look at who wins, you have to kind of look at the overall story, the overall direction, the overall message, and the technical expertise. All of these films were given a task by the ministry to look at India in 25 years, right? That was, 25 years from now, India at 100 in 2047, right? And it was a very general topic. And each of them picked something very, very different. So of the 5 films, one was about futuristic technology and how that disenfranchises our relationships. It can, and the healing and the importance of relationships. Another was about traditions and how in a new India traditions will be weighed. This one was called The Ring, and it was particularly about a woman whose husband's family wants her to wear a nose ring at their engagement, and she refuses and wants to be an independent. And just, it looks at that and has a very interesting statement that's actually quite hopeful. The third film was a very interesting film of in 2047 where all parents are single parents, and the child discovers that it's possible to have a mom and a dad, and not just a father or not just a daughter. So it was a very cute idea about what families might be like in 25 years. Another film was a lovely film in 2047 where paper money has gone away and everyone just uses digital currency. And a boy is given a 100 rupee note and he doesn't know what to do with it. Nobody knows what to do with it. And nobody can take it. And the last film is a very hopeful film, and it was the film that won. And we just announced the winner a few minutes ago. The name of the film is Dear Diary. It was by the Purple Team, and Dear Diary is the story of a girl who was abused at an event she went to at a bar. She went to a dance night or something, and went 20 years ago. In 2027, in 2047, her sister comes home and goes to the same place, and this girl realizes that India is a much safer place, a better place for women, and that it has become, and so it doesn't say that the beauty of film is that we can tell very deep truths, important truths in story form, and really reach deeply into people's minds and tell them and leave them with stories that provoke thought rather than and bring us in and together rather than send us away. So I think this has been an amazing. Yes, and that is a very important point. It's by a woman director and has a fabulous team, crew. So it's.
And her name is Priya Raj Kapoor.
Okay.
Priya Raj Kapoor is the director of the movie.
Great. Okay. Priya. Yes, Priya. So that's who directed Dear Diary, the winning film. The films will all be shown, Shorts TV. We do shorts, right? And it is important to note that the Academy of Motion Pictures gives one Oscar for Best Feature Film, but we give 3 Oscars for Best Short Films, for Best Live Action, an Oscar for Best Animated Short, and an Oscar for Best Documentary Short. So the shorts are in the firmament of the Academy, are definitely a big, an important component of the awards season process. So doing shorts is from the Academy of Motion Pictures, BAFTA, and here we all see filmmakers see shorts as a very important art form and also a very critical part of the trade of bringing up new ideas, new talent, and really giving them a chance to demonstrate their storytelling ability. So I'm open for questions. I hope that gives you a bit of an impression of what we've been doing. It's a fabulous event, and I think we've probably done more in 5 days to bring India and film together in a way that has never been done before than anything else I've seen anywhere in the world. It's really exciting.
Thank you so much for explaining the things in such a simple and interesting manner. Now I will invite the audience to ask the questions. Please ask. Mike, please.
Hello, Mr. Pilcher.
Hi.
First of all, welcome to IFFI.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for this 53 hours idea. It's really inspiring.
Thank you so much.
And my question is that you have really helped short film makers to give the carpet of Hollywood. You have turned them into, feature film makers as well. Okay. So this is the first question. That what's your plan for these short film makers or anyone? Do you have any same plan to give them the Hollywood platform or Bollywood or any platform?
Well, yes. We're very focused. Shorts TV is available all across India on all the satellite platforms. And one thing I forgot to mention, this Sunday night, 9 p.m. on Shorts TV, everywhere in India, the 5 films that we just made at the 53-hour film challenge will be broadcast here in India.
A round of applause, please. It's a good thing, I think.
Right? So it's a great thing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you bet. So everybody should watch Shorts TV on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Your question was, what are we going to do to build the credibility of filmmakers?
Are you planning to help
We're
Indian short film makers to give the equal carpet, equal opportunity to walk on Hollywood red carpet, as
Yes,
well
ma'am.
as convert into a feature film directors.
So let me just tell you what we've done and what we're doing. It's a very big part of what we want to do. When we came to India in 2017, 2018, there were no festival prizes that were accredited by the Academy of Motion Pictures that allowed short films that win those prizes to be considered by the Academy of Motion Pictures. So we, as a company, went to some festivals and found one. We went to lots of festivals in India, but found one that we thought was really great, had a great history. The Academy requires at least 7 years of prize giving and entries. So, and we got the Bangalore International Short Film Festival accredited by the Academy. The documentary branch has accredited the Karnataka Festival. And we're working on accrediting other festivals so that it will be easier for Indian filmmakers to get their short films considered by the Academy. But we don't think that's enough. So 3 years ago, the gentleman in the back there started his own film festival. It's called the Best of Taran Sawhney, Shorts TV, started our own film festival. It's called the Best of India Film Festival. The prize is, and we've gotten thousands of entries. I think probably Best of India Film Festival has gotten
We've got over 10,000 now.
10,000 entries so far in the last 4 years. That festival every year produces 5 winners, and all 5 winners get a theatrical release of their short film as a group in Hollywood. And they're qualified every year for Academy consideration. So we've been sending, for the last 4 years, we've been sending at least 5 films, 5 Indian films that have had a theatrical release in the United States to the Academy of Motion Pictures. So that we are ready to see an Indian filmmaker on the red carpet. We're doing everything we can to get him there.
Thanks a lot for that. And my second question is that
Yes.
Shorts TV is very large actually. And okay.
Sorry.
So Shorts TV is really large, and the way you are showcasing short films, cinemas, and you are promoting short film makers by giving them a view in kind of big screens, okay,
Yes.
in theaters. So are you planning the same to collaborate in Indian theaters as well for Indian filmmakers or even any other filmmaker, I mean short filmmakers?
Yes, we've worked to release Oscar shorts, and now we're starting to look with some of the cinema chains at how we could bring shorts to Indian cinemas. I think it's interesting. It's expensive. It takes a little bit of work to do that, but I think we would like to see if we could start putting together some regular releases. Part of the challenge for these things is, and the challenge that we went through with the Oscar shorts is building an audience, right? If you're a massive corporation, Google, or you can just plaster your name everywhere and tell everyone what you're doing next, which is exciting. But we're just like the films we represent, we're a small company. We have a big distribution platform, and we have to look at other ways that to promote ourselves. And we've in the U.S. with the Oscar shorts, we built an audience over time. It's a big audience now, and that's the same kind of thing we're hoping to do here in India, is to start doing theatrical releases of shorts in a systematic way, because they're exciting, they're fun to go to, it's a great night out, and bringing some really great films to audiences here.
Thank you so much, and all the best for your Los Angeles presence.
Thank
I
you
think
very
it's
much.
happening on 9th December, right?
The-
9th December, Los Angeles. You have some presence, right?
Yes, we have a big, on the 9th, we're doing a big thing with IndieWire, with some shorts and IndieWire on the 9th, yes.
Okay. Good luck for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other question? Please give the mic to me.
First of all, congratulations on the completion of the 53-hour challenge.
Yes.
I guess
And
it
we're
must
alive.
have been quite tough.
Yes,
Uh,
thank you.
My question is, now you have selected the winner. Are there any plans for further training to these because most of them are non-filmmakers, they are amateurs. So what is the plan in future to either train them or take them further?
When you see the films, you'll realize that actually they're pretty good filmmakers. So these are all not they're young talent. They're under 35, but they're not. There are a few people that have very little experience that are students, but most of them are more than students, and they're filmmakers that are working and haven't had a break, right? They're working, they've made some films, they've all gone to film school, they're maybe working in doing commercials, or as an editor, and they'd like to be a director, or they are acting in some very small films and they'd like to be in bigger films, right? So this is really more about giving talent that's already in the industry a leg up to the next level and breaking through. And in film, because of the cost and the number of departments that of different skill sets that have to work together, it's hard to break through, and it's hard to get to that next level. And so this is about providing them a presence, an opportunity to be seen and to also be in touch with other parts of the film industry. The film industry works a lot in every country. It works often by people who know each other, work together, and it's hard to break in. So this is really about giving them that kind of a leg up, and that's why Minister Thakur's idea, I think, is so brilliant, because what's difficult is breaking in anywhere. What is impossible is to be a filmmaker in Kerala or Tamil Nadu and break into the Mumbai film industry. How do you do that, right? And now suddenly all these guys know people in Maharashtra and in the film industry, and we had a well-known animator come last night and give a little course for the students, for the animators who were selected. But one of the things she said is, in animation, because it's a tough industry, she said, you can all come to my house. Just call. Here's my, she said, that's what we do. Animators come to town, they all sleep on my floor, I sleep on their floor. She said, we're in this together. And I think this event, this project, this stress, help people realize, actually we are in this together, and we will be in touch with each other, and we will be able to work together.
Any other question, please? Sir, please ask.
Yeah, so congratulations, Dr. Pilcher,
Thank you
for
so
for leading the initiative and selecting these films which you believe are amazing. So we will also be eager to watch them.
Great. Please do. They're great.
Yes. I have. So this makes me wonder whether do we get to watch the films which did not make the cut?
Yes, all 5.
No. With the films which did not make the cut, do we get to watch them also?
There are 5 films that were made, and all 5 films will be broadcast.
Okay, only 5 films were made, and all of them are amazing. Okay.
All 5 are amazing.
Okay.
I promise you.
Okay.
So there's 75 creative minds, 15 people on each team.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. Yeah.
So there were 5 teams,
Yes.
5 colors, 5 teams. It was very 5.
Sure. Yeah. Second thing, my question is, so the program itself is known as 75 Creative Minds, and the challenge has been a 53-hour challenge.
Yes,
right?
That's right, sir.
So can you first define for us what creativity is, and what are the conditions or elements of creativity? What is the environment that nourishes and unleashes creativity in everyone, in every situation? Can everyone be creative? In fact, first of all, because there is a common perception that only some people are creative or can be creative. We say that, for example, we often hear saying that, okay, we are in a creative field. So it kind of implies that other fields are not creative or cannot be creative.
Well, in the world of, I don't know all creative fields, for sure.
Creative fields, first of all.
I just know filmmaking. Okay. And filmmaking is visual storytelling. And when we tell a story visually, We have to have some good writing. We have to understand the technical capabilities. We have to know how to operate a camera and a mic, sound. Somebody has to operate the lights, right? And all those, so film has in it very technical categories, capabilities, and ones that are writing the story or doing the acting. But the truth is, and this is the beauty of making a film, any film, is that you have to, the people who are putting it together, directing it and producing it, have to figure out, what do we do with the music? What do we do to the camera? Should the camera be far away or close? Should the lights be bright or low? Should we have filters on the lights, or should we have colors on the lights, right? Because the truth is, for the filmmaker and his team, anything can happen. And so the real issue with filmmaking is not about being creative so much, but it's about telling the story that you want to tell. And how do you create, because you are creating it, but how do you create the environment for that story? So I'm an engineer. I studied astronautical engineering, and I got a law degree and a finance degree. I don't think that anyone should be limited by their education. And I think that being creative in film and telling a story is not about that kind of somebody's creative, and it's about understanding, because you can't be a good director if you don't know how a camera works, and that's totally technical. And you can't be a good director for sure if you don't know about sound. And you certainly can't be a good director if you don't know how to write, right? So, or edit. So, and all of that requires technical skills and understanding how to put those together. So film and storytelling is a multidisciplinary task, but it's not just something that's abstract and creative. It's a very focused and difficult process. And that's why these 75 creative minds and these 5 films are such a big deal. Because in 53 hours, we put people together who have all different skills, and you have to figure out how to work together. And it's a big challenge, right? And none of them have the creative vision by themselves, because it's limited by the lights or the sound or the actor, right? So it really is a very big collaboration. And that's why when you go to a film set, normally, they're some of the friendliest places that you've ever been, because everybody is working very hard to work with each other, because they depend on each other so much. So storytelling it requires creativity, but it's certainly a multidisciplinary field.
Thank you.
So, any other question?
Is Shorts TV ever planning to produce?
Please take the mic.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
My question is Shorts TV ever planning to produce a high-budget short films, like Solos, where it casted Morgan Freeman and Anne Hathaway level of cast, and the entire production value was too high, approximate of a feature film?
We're a very careful company, and we would love to be able to produce high-budget short films. And we work with anyone who would like to produce high-budget short films. We have a great distribution platform. A gentleman here named Ronnie Scruvala produced a fabulous high-budget short film year before last with a beautiful star named Vidya Balan. It was a fantastic film. And we qualified it for Oscar consideration and released it in America, and it didn't get nominated, but it was a great, great movie. So yes, do we want to work with people producing high quality, expensive short films? Yes. And we have a lot of ways to work together, and think that that's a really great, it was great for, if you ask Vidya Balan, she will tell you that, that was one of the most fun projects that she did ever, because it was short and not time consuming, and it was very creative in terms of her creative chance to creatively express herself, and the whole process of promoting it, I think she thought was hilarious and fun. So we're really excited to work with producers as they produce big shorts. We'd love to take them on a ride that they'll never forget.
So thank you so much. Now I would like to ask the final question of
Yes,
this
ma'am.
conference. So how did you came to select this Dear Diary by Purple team? Matlab, there were 5 films,
Five, mhm.
and you go to select only this movie. So what was the criteria? I mean, as you told, all films were very interesting, were on very amazing subjects. So
Yes.
how did you end up selecting this movie?
Well, you know, the three of us and Mani and I think you have to look at the entire story, the entire film, and it's how well do they does everything work together? How well does the story work? Is the acting amazing? How well does the overall picture work? Does it reach you? Does it touch you? All of those things are very, very important. And that's what we evaluated. We looked at all kinds of different elements, but when we stepped back and said, okay, overall, which film really touched us the most, it was this one. It was a very hopeful, forward-looking, positive picture of a very difficult issue, and it was it took this difficult issue and really helped us feel the power of hope in this situation. So we love that.
Oh, great. So thank you so much. So please, sir, ask the question. Mike, please.
Yeah, sir. Actually, when I was asking about creativity, I was asking about creativity in general and not in the specific context of filmmaking.
Okay.
So could you please tell what does creativity entail, and how creativity can be nurtured and fostered in general in any environment, especially in any group endeavor where more than one person has to work together in order to achieve something which is almost everything.
Well, I think absolutely creativity happens when you think outside the box. You have to look at the way that things have been done, and then you have to always take it apart and think, how do I do it a different way, right? I think like an engineer more and think of things fitting together in some system, and if you look at the way life is today, the system that you have, and you step back and say, oh, maybe I could move that over here, and I could put this over here. Maybe that's a different way to look at it, and that's maybe, to me, that's engineering, but to other people it's creativity, and I think in the world of filmmaking, it's looking at when you're telling a story. When you're telling a story, it's about looking at a situation and saying, what is a way to tell this story, to bring this story to audiences? And so it's not really creativity so much as problem solving and thinking of how you bring this story to an audience in a way that they can understand it.
One last question. Last question.
Sir, I think we are lining up to the next conference.
1 minute.
Okay, sir, you can briefly answer him.
Okay.
Last question.
Yeah. You said that basically one of the advantages the program enables is that it allows people to break into the next level in the industry, which they
Yes.
would otherwise not have been able to. And you said that the difficulty of breaking in is because of the importance given to prior familiarity or knowledge of people. You have to know people in order to get ahead. But don't you think this is a huge defect in the way the industry functions, that even a talented person or someone with ideas has to know someone in order to get ahead?
Well, I think that's always in every industry there is that does happen, and in film, because it's such a personal process of telling a story and working very closely together to do that, that it becomes that things like this that open it up and make filmmakers think of different people to work with and different languages to speak in and different places to do it from, actually builds the filmmaking community. So I think it's, yes, it's limiting. And that's why I think this is a great project to open the, there's an enormous film industry in the south of India, an enormous film industry in the north of India, and the more they work together, the bigger the Indian film industry is, which is very exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming, and thanks to all for listening us patiently. Thank you.